All right. So first step in any before you go and start an automation work in Cucumber, you need to create a feature file. Feature file represents the requirement, but in our case it represents a test case of a form, because we really are not developing any application here, because BDD Cucumber is not only for test automation, it's also used for basically it supports BDD, which is behavior driven development, and development is another leg of this whole process, and we are only working on part of that process, which is the test automation side of things. So for us, what it represents is a test case, is a form of a test case, which says that you need to search for multiple products and validate whether search functionality is correctly working, even though you are searching for multiple products one after another. And it is representing, and it is displaying the right set of results based on the search you are performing, or search data you are using to do that search. So this is a typical test case for you. Okay, now the problem is you have written the requirement, but you really don't have any steps for it. So once you create the feature file, you also go and need to create the step definitions for it. Why? Because in Cucumber, that's what you do. In Cucumber, you write the requirements in plain English, and then you associate that particular piece of text or string with a corresponding method. The same thing I've done in these steps. So for example, as a user, when I launch application in Chrome is a step, or it's a simple string, is a part of this feature file. But you need to associate this, because this is not executable. You have to make this executable. Okay, something which could execute. So for execution, because this is Java environment, for execution you need to have a associated method with it. The mechanism of association is given to you by Cucumber in the form of given annotation. So if you go here as a user, when I launch application, if you go inside this common step definition, that's where I've kept it. So you see, as a user, when I launch application, as associated with this method, as a user underscore launch application. All right. In the similar fashion, we need to create the step definitions for this, but you really don't have to write this on your own. By the way, you can go and create these step definitions on your own. These step definitions on your own, but really you don't have to, because Cucumber provides you a mechanism to do that. Let's talk about that mechanism, how to recreate these methods, signatures, or definitions. And later, once it's created, later you can go and write your own code inside it. So to do that, I'll go to a test runner, and I'll just make a copy of it so that we could start afresh. Okay, something is wrong here. Okay, I'll make a copy of it, make it simple, perhaps test runner 2. And here, let me remove all the unnecessary details, make it really simple. All right, inside this, let's remove this, and then I'll also go and remove these comments. Moved. Then I'll go and remove this. Okay, tagging is okay for now, but let's remove this, and I'll comment this for now. And rest of the things we can keep it as it is. Now, first of all, as I said, we need to mention the feature file name as well as its glue. Okay, so in this specific test runner file, which is test runner 2. Okay, I think I modified the wrong one, but still that's fine. So in this file, dry run is a option here. Inside this Cucumber options, we have another segment called as dry run. And dry run actually means whether you want to run your Cucumber for sure, or you just want to run it for the sake of validating whether all the step definitions are created or not. Okay. So if you do a dry run, it actually validates and try to find out that all your feature file definitions in the form of methods are present or not. Okay. Now in our case, search multiple products from feature file scenario, these two lines are already there. The step definitions for these two lines are already present. Where? in this file, steps underscore common.java. So as a user launch application, it's already there. Navigate to URL is already there, as well as close the browser is already there, right? So I'll go back. So these two lines and this line, there's one more line I should add, like, and close the browser. So these three lines are already present. This line and this line. All I have to do is to create step definitions for these four lines. Okay. So how to do this automatically? I'll go here and click add dry run as true. If it is marked as false, this means that execute the pack. So it will start executing the pack. But if you do and click on true, it will actually go and tell you what step definitions are missing. And you can just copy those lines from the console and paste it inside your step definition. So let's do it. I will click on I created this test runner 2. Okay, I'm again going with the wrong file. Sorry for that. I'll go back here, dry run as 2, and I want to run this test runner underscore 2 file. Let me open it again, test runner 2. Okay, sorry for the confusion. So test runner is the file which I am supposed to run. That's where I have modified things. So I click on test runner, click and run as, click on JUnit test. So as soon as I run it, it will display that it is running something, but actually it is what it's doing is it's validating. Now it is validating. It has validated that inside this feature file, which was check for search functionality for multiple products, inside this feature file, there were two scenarios: search multiple products from feature file, search product multiple products from feature files. Why two? Because I have mentioned two lines here. There are two rows, so it is taking these two rows as two different test cases, and that's why it is mentioned there are two test cases inside this feature file. So for each feature file, it's saying, so each step it is saying, or scenario it is saying that the step as a user when a launcher is undefined. These are the elements. These are the steps whose definitions are missing. But if you see, I already explained you that as a user when I launch application and navigate to URL definition was I already created them. So why it was not able to find it? Reason for this is because inside this glue I did not mention the step definition for these. So for these two step definitions, which is as user launch application and navigate to URL, this I have kept inside common.stepdefs package. So I should be mentioning this here. So inside I'll come here, e-commerce step definitions, and I write here common and step definitions. Right. Now again, if I go and right click on the test runner and right click and click on run as JUnit test. Now it will tell me only 4 steps. So I enter product is not there, click on search is not there, page navigates to product search results is not there, product results search are displayed is not there. And if you open the console, you also get to see this method. So it's saying you can implement missing steps with snippets below, and that's what you have to copy. You copy this and you go to the e-commerce step definitions, and here I've already did this thing. I'll just copy and paste it here like this. Okay. There are a few extra things I've done. We don't need this. A few extra things which I've done, something called as WebDriver driver I've initialized at the top. Then WebDriver manager singleton browser manager I've initialized, not initialized, I've declared at the top. And there's another object called as scenario which I've written at the top. Okay. Then after that there's an @ before. So you remember whatever step definitions you are creating,